Hello and welcome to Old Lady Plays. I'm Kate, the old lady, and this is Tips for the Advanced Football Manager number 23. And what we're going to talk about today are team talks. I started this with the idea that I wanted to talk specifically about how you can actually get use out of the do this for the fans team talk. And there was a bunch of different ones, depending on situations and so on. But basically, they're all do this for the fans. And I see people use it, and they get frustrated that nothing happens. There's one reason for that. The only time you can use and will have effect from do it for the fans is here. Rivalries. If you do it against rivals, especially fierce rivals, you'll get away with it. And you'll get some value out of do it for the fans. If they're not fierce rivals, if they're just sort of other rivals, that's good, but it's not as good. You're much better off going with something else. Pundits is often a really good one. It's often the very last one, and it's the one that you get if you say prove a point. For some reason, it seems to be very effective. The other things about team talks that I want you to think about is the whole, you guys did poorly, so I'm going to shout at you thing. Hit aggressive and call them idiots or whatever, the hairdryer treatment. And I think that generally speaking, people are too ready to go to the hairdryer treatment. And like anything else in this game, it's best applied sparingly. So what I do when I'm frustrated and I've just lost a game and I've got to talk to the team is to step outside my frustration and think like a player for a second. Think, how do I feel about this game? Did I perform well? Did my teammates perform well? Did we do our jobs and we lost anyway? Okay, that's one thing. If we did our jobs and lost anyway, they're not going to react well to being shouted at. So that's something to take in mind when you decide to go aggressive. And I'm not saying never go aggressive. I do it myself. Absolutely, you can do it. But if you do it all the time, it has much less effect because they just tune you out, right? And over time, your support from the club will start to erode, and that is not a good thing. So what you really want to do here is to make sure that you're thinking from both the manager and the player's position. So before you just hit aggressive and I'm not happy with what I saw out there, think about it for a second from the player's point of view and think, am I accomplishing what I want to accomplish here? Because you're not doing team talks to punish people. You're not doing team talks to make yourself feel better. You're doing a team talk to inspire your players. And so what you want to do is, sometimes you have to be sympathetic after a loss. If they played well, if the ratings are generally good but you lost anyway, sympathize with them. Be nice to them. Because they're probably hurting after that loss. If the ratings were appalling and the team that you played was not supposed to beat you, then by all means rip into them. But think about it before you do it. That's the only thing I'm suggesting here. So remember, it's kind of a twofer today in terms of tips, but they're both about team talk, so I think it's relevant. 1, fans is only for rivalries. 2 is that you need to think about when you make your team talks, because you're affecting your whole team. I hope you have a great day. and take care.